Hi everyone, this is my new cigar box ukulele. It's made by Tom Guy, who works from Louisville, Kentucky, and it arrived just the other day. Now Tom's website is bluegrassukes.com. Have a look on his website, you'll see that he's making cigar box ukes as well as other ukuleles. Now this one is really a beautiful instrument. I'm very, very pleased with it. Let's have a look at the different parts of it and the different woods that are used. First of all, the cigar box itself. Now this is made of redwood. It's got some nice decoration around the side. This is what would have been the lid of the cigar box. He's put a lovely red rosette, which I think sets it off really nicely. Now, as we know, redwood and cigar boxes are not meant to be ukuleles. I don't know whether this is a typical cigar box. I don't smoke cigars. But this is turned into a really beautiful instrument. Let's look at the other different woods that are used. The bridge here is walnut, and that walnut theme is carried on at the top here on the head plate, and the fingerboard is a dark redwood called bubinga, and it's a hardwood, and it's made a lovely, really lovely fingerboard. Underneath the fingerboard we have this light wood which is poplar, and the poplar is strengthened and decorated by more bubinga. There's one more wood that's used, and you can just see it here. We have a laminate at the top here. We've got the poplar at the top, at the bottom. At the top we have the walnut, and sandwiched in between is a layer of ebony. And that ebony is also used here for the nut. Now the tuners work really well. They're Goto tuners, and they're a sort of gunmetal colour, and they look beautiful on this instrument. I love the headstock here. It's beautifully done. The saddle here, there's one little tiny thing I didn't like about the instrument when I first received it, and that was that the saddle was just a little bit sharp. It hadn't been smoothed off. It took me about 2 minutes to just make it smooth, so it's not really a big criticism there. The strings are high-low strings, and they're nylon. I'm not that keen on these strings. They do have a nice tone, however. I don't like the look of them particularly. We've got this light coloured wound string and then these dark strings. I may change it in a few days to change the strings to Aquila strings. This one has a low G. I don't normally play with a low G. I normally play with a high G, but I wanted to keep this as a low G because it means that I can play with these lower notes on this instrument if I want to. Gives me just a few more notes to play around with. Let's just hear what it sounds like with these high-low strings. Nice. has a lovely soft tone. I think we get a little bit more power out of it with Aquila strings, and I'll give those a test certainly in the next few weeks. Now, as I said, cigar boxes weren't meant to be ukuleles, and the tone is different to the tone that you'd expect off a normal shaped ukulele. I've noticed this with pineapple ukes, that the tone is different. They have a deeper, more rounded sound with less top end, and it gives a beautiful tone. Now, when you consider that redwood isn't a traditional tone wood, the sound coming out of this instrument is remarkable. One thing I didn't mention a few minutes ago was the spots on the fingerboard. We've got one at the 3rd, one at the 5th, the 7th, the 10th, the 2 at the 12th, and one at the 15th fret. And these are carried on at the side for those that like to see the dots at the side. I don't particularly use the dots at the front at all. I prefer ukes not to have them, but I have no problem with this. They're actually rather nice. They have a blue-green colour. Let's hear what it sounds like. Here it is finger-picked. Rather nice sound, I think you'll agree. Well, if you want one of these cigar box ukes, you can't have this one because I'm keeping this one. But if you check out Tom's website, bluegrassukes.com, you can check out what he has available now, or you can have one made. They're a lovely instrument, and I'm really very impressed with this. That's all I have to say about it for the moment. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.